This is a Toshiba Tecra A8-EZ8313, and in normal steals of liquid fashion, I'm going to immediately start by saying that this computer I got in around May of 2023. This was also my first vintage laptop. So, well, yeah. Anyway, on the back of the system, we have a modem port, VGA, charger port, USB, Ethernet, and mini FireWire. On the sides of the computer, you have a heating grill, a expansion slot, SD card reader, as well as on the other side, a DVD drive, and a Kensington lock. On the front of the system, you have your microphone jack, headphone jack, volume slider, wireless control, as well as the LEDs for SD cards, charging, power, battery, disc, and wireless, as well as your opening hinge. On the inside, we have a trackpad, a fingerprint scanner, a pointing knob, control buttons, a speaker grill, a keyboard, and a 15.6-inch LCD screen. And on the bottom of the system, we have a docking port, and what I'm likely going to assume is a spot to expand the memory of, which I can't seem to get open. Not sure if there's an extra screw that is supposed to go here or something. Anyway, getting into the BIOS is pretty simple. You just hit the escape key and you get into the really old-looking BIOS. Although a lot of BIOS does not look really new for the time, so I'll give it that. And, well, yeah. So let's boot into Windows XP. And this is the same version of Windows XP that I have from that video. So, well, yeah. And immediately we get something, the HDD protection, which is something that this computer has because a lot of computers had stuff like this at the time because of mechanical hard drives and the fact that they don't really like it when you push them around. So, well, yeah. Also, yes, I know that the brightness of this is terrible. I realized that during the editing and there was nothing I could really do about it, unfortunately. So, well, yeah. Anyway, we have Microsoft Word, which I'm not going to cover much here because, as you can see, not very much we can see on the screen. So, well, yeah. We also have Macromedia Fireworks MX 2004 because why use Photoshop when you can use Fireworks? Ah, yeah, so, well, yeah. Anyway, just like in the last one, we're going to do a screenshot of the screen. So, well, yeah. I don't have much more to say about Fireworks. I'm probably going to make a dedicated video about it, so, well, yeah. Anyway, we have Netscape Browser 8.1 here. This is going to be its own video, given how well the Netscape Navigator 9 video did. So, well, yeah. It's a web browser. I don't really have much to say about it here because, as I mentioned, I was going to do a separate video on it, so, well, yeah. Anyway, the last thing that I want to cover before we get to games would be Winamp 5.1 Surround Sound Edition. Yeah. This is a pretty unique thingy because this had surround sound, something that I can't properly show you in this video because, well, YouTube videos don't support surround sound, and my video thingy is not even in surround sound, so, well, yeah. Oh, and by the way, this computer does have surround sound, if you are curious. Which I find really amazing because, as previously mentioned, we still don't have the ability to have the surround sound in YouTube videos in 2024. So, well, yeah. Anyway, I think it's time that we start covering some video games. Let's start with Age of Empires from 1997 because that works on Windows XP. Anyway, I'm choosing the Learning campaign because that's probably what you're supposed to start with, even though I've started with Glory of Greece in the past. So, well, yeah. Overall, it runs pretty smoothly and pretty fine. So, well, yeah. Oh, look, the background's normal for once. Oh, boy. Anyway, next up we have Toho 7. So, well, yeah. Overall, Toho 7 runs pretty well on this, but that's kind of to be expected as it runs on a lot of stuff. So, I'm going to try playing Toho 8 on here now. For this game, I decided to go with Stage 3 instead of Stage 1 because I had already gotten to that point in the game, so, well, yeah. And we can see that I'm doing some pretty impressive stuff here. No, seriously. Anyway, this game, like Toho 7, runs pretty well. However, the controls aren't as great as they could be on a proper desktop. It could be worse, however, because it could be that other laptop I have. Anyway, it's time to cover a pretty fine game out there, otherwise known as Peggle. Luckily, this game plays pretty well on this computer, so, well, yeah. I don't really have much to say about this, so, well, yeah, let's move on to Bejeweled 2. Also, brief shameless plug, but the music for the menu is pretty cool in this game. Anyway, this game runs pretty well on this computer, which is nice because I can't say the same for some of my other systems. So, well, yeah, I don't want to cover this game too much because it's a good game and you should probably try it yourself. So, well, yeah. Now, last but not least, we're going to try Half-Life on this computer because I want something a little bit more of a video game that is more iconic, even though some of the games I've covered are pretty iconic. So, well, yeah. I also am unfortunately not going to be able to get to the proper gameplay of the game, since this computer takes up so many resources and gets so warm while playing this game that it honestly kind of concerns me. This may be kind of weird, but keep in mind that this is a laptop. Although that sounds really weird because this game was released almost a decade before this computer was built, so well, yeah. But I mean, hey, apparently you can play it on here, so I mean, if anyone wants to try to play more of this than me, go right ahead. But yeah, that's the Toshiba Tecra A8-EZ8313. Overall, not a bad system, but, well, yeah, I'd probably recommend maybe getting it if you're okay with the not as fast processor. So, well, yeah. And with that, thanks for watching. I will see you next week. Bye!